So that's what the political parties are saying. Let's hear what other interested parties are saying. We're joined now by Paul O Sullivan. He's a forensic investigator, as well as Peter Ntsime, Acting Deputy General Secretary from the South African Policing Union. A very good evening and welcome to you both. Peter, let me start with you. SAPU has welcomed the decision. How confident are you that it will lead to his ultimate suspension? And is there irrefutable proof that not only is he not fit to hold office, but these allegations made against him are indeed true?
No, good afternoon, and thank you for having us. We welcome this decision by the President, but of course with reservation. You must remember that this matter started in January when the court gave this damning judgment against the Commissioner of the Police. In June, 4 months ago, the appeal court dismissed the application by the Commissioner. And only now that we see the President sending the notice of contemplated suspension to the Commissioner. Our position is very clear on this matter. We have written numerous letters to the President requesting him to have an overall inquiry to the South African Police Service, because we hold a view that there is much influence of political parties, the people in the police environment, and this environment is highly regulated. So our position is very clear. We welcome it, but with reservation. And we also hold a view that if the Commissioner have done anything wrong, why now, after 10 months, that the President see that the police...
Why do you think that is, Peter? Why now?
The question is why now? If this is serious, that the Commissioner must be suspended, why did the President suspend him in January? Why didn't the President suspend him in June? If there is a sub judice case, we can tell you that the Commissioner of the Police have appealed this, have petitioned the appeal court to the court. So our position is the timing with regard to this issue. But we are not on the merits of the matter. All
right, Paul, let's hear your point of view on this. Even the police minister has acknowledged differences between himself and his commissioner. Is this politics or unavoidable given the allegations against General Sitole? But as Peter says, why now? The differences of opinion started in 2018, but some of these allegations go even further back.
Well, if it was up to me, I'd start by getting rid of the Minister of Police. Of course, the Commissioner of Police also has some challenges. And now, since he was appointed Commissioner of Police, I've been quite supportive of him. I must say it's my understanding, knowing the man and having met with him several times, that he's a person of integrity. However, his integrity does not appear to have extended to the conduct of himself in protecting other police officers who have a lack of integrity. And I think that's really the big question. The elephant in the room is quite simply this. In late 2017, when IPID notified him about the purchase of this so-called grabber for 45 million rand, an item of equipment which was only worth somewhere between 7 and 10 million rand. Sitole did the right thing. He stopped the purchase of the equipment. But unfortunately, he didn't follow that through by suspending the people that were involved. In fact, he's protected them, and he's allowed his own legal services department of the police, which in our opinion is still captured. The legal services department of the police are showing loyalties to people other than the people of this country and the Commissioner of Police, and they need to be disbanded as well. And I made it clear to Khehla, it must be, I don't know, 5 or 6 months ago when I met with him, I said, your Achilles heel are these rotten generals around you who are giving you counsel and guiding you, and you're accepting their guidance. And that includes the police legal services department.
So, Peter, let me hear from you. You seem to be both in agreement that there should be overall accountability from the very top. But the police service has always been ridden with divisions, and it's been claimed that the police unions themselves have supported various superiors who are at odds. Is SAPU itself embroiled in this functionality, or Is it just a matter of procedure, a rot that's been left to fester for too long?
Look, our position, we raise matters of principle. And we've been saying this all the time, that look at all the commissioners that came and that went out of the South African Police Service. When commissioners come, some of them, they bring their own generals. When other ones come, then they remove these generals. They create a structure that does not exist in terms of the police. General Khehla came, he brought his own general. General Patlani came, he brought his own general. General Pierre came, she brought her own generals. Now, this creates a situation where you have two kind of people in the same, those who support the current commissioner and those who does not support the current commissioner. That's our position, is that this environment is highly regulated. You need people who can just do the job and make sure that South Africans are safe in terms of the crime. Our position with regard to the commissioner, we are not supporting a particular commissioner, South African Police Service, South African Police Union. We are supporting a person who will be able to execute his or her function. We are saying the police minister must do his authority in terms of overseeing the police, but the police commissioner must do the job as a functionary within the South African Police Service. So that is our position with regard to
Peter, it's been said that part of the problem is how commissioners are appointed forever. There is no public process. There is no panel of experts that is involved in their choosing. Do you think that this is part of the problem, that should change? But also, what happens should Sitole and Vuma and Sumani, who've applied to the Supreme Court to overturn the finding against them, that of breaching the IPID Act, should that be overturned?
Of course. Let's start first with the issue. We are on record as South African Police Union that the process of appointing the commissioner of the police must be the same like any other process, like when you appoint the judges, when you appoint the public protector. We must be able to know that who are the people who are going to be the
Peter, you'll allow me, apologies, I meant to say Paul, to give Paul an opportunity. Would you allow him to please answer the question?
Okay, you know, it's quite simple. Of course, in order for the public to have confidence in the police service, which at this moment and for quite a number of years now lacks proper leadership, as Peter rightly pointed out, we have these cliques where the chief of police has its own generals, and anybody who's against those generals normally ends up getting sidelined or pushed out of the police service altogether. And you have these cliques. And what's actually needed in the police service is proper leadership. And I'm of the opinion that if the public are able to participate in the process of appointing a chief of police, by at least somehow having some transparent process, you will end up with a chief of police who doesn't bring his own generals and doesn't bring his own baggage, but actually is a career policeman who understands what police officers need.
Okay, because
what police officers need is proper leadership, nothing more, nothing less.
We're going to run out of time, but I'm going to ask you both in 10 seconds to answer this question. Can General Sitole be accused of being a dirty cop, or is the system that is dirty? Paul, I'll start with you, and then Peter.
I would say General Sitole is definitely not a dirty cop. It's unfortunate that he lacks what I would call the backbone to deal with the dirty cops under his command.
Peter?
We don't have any reason until we got the report, and then there is an investigation and the report from the inquiry at the port. But other than that, up to now, we don't have the reason to believe that is a dirty cop.
All right. I want to thank you both for your time and your insights. Paul O Sullivan, forensic investigator, and Peter Ntsime, acting Deputy General Secretary from the South African Policing Union.